I mean, this is truly a dream come true for me to walk into this role, to work alongside Kelly Krauskopf and Stephanie White on the basketball side in the tremendous business in the WNBA, and obviously led by the Indiana Fever. But I think all those experiences will lend themselves to hopefully doing the best job possible here.
Start with an attention grabber like, "You won't believe what's happening with the Indiana Fever." Massive roster changes, shocking cuts, and a bold strategy that's shaking up the entire WNBA. Is this the start of a new dynasty or a colossal mistake? Introduce the topic. Briefly explain what the video is about. Today, we're breaking down the recent moves by the Indiana Fever, analyzing their roster changes, exploring their strategy, and what it means for the future of the franchise and the WNBA. Overview of cuts. Detail who was cut from the team and why these moves are surprising. Players like Nalissa Smith, Kelsey Mitchell, and even rumors about Aaliyah Boston on the trading block. These are not just any players, they're the core of the Fever's recent seasons. Statistical analysis. Provide stats to back up performance dips, e.g., shooting percentages, turnovers, fan reactions. Highlight contrasting fan opinions, some seeing it as a necessary rebuild, others as a betrayal of the team's future. Clark's performance. Highlight her record-breaking season, triple-doubles, and how she's exceeded expectations. From skeptics doubting her transition to the pros to becoming the face of the franchise, Caitlin Clark has rewritten the narrative. Team dynamics. Discuss how Clark's dominance affects the team, especially the veterans. Her presence is forcing the Fever to rethink everything. Do they build around her or try to balance the roster with experienced players? Historical comparison. Draw parallels to other transformative players like LeBron James. Explaining the salary cap. Break down how the WNBA salary cap works and how it limits the Fever's options. Every dollar spent on a star player means less for building a balanced team. It's a financial chess game, and the Fever are in a tight spot. Key decisions. Discuss the pros and cons of keeping veterans like Kelsey Mitchell versus investing in younger talent like Lexi Hull. Financial implications. Explain how these decisions impact the Fever's long-term other teams watching. Highlight how the cuts open opportunities for other WNBA teams. Teams like the Golden State Valkyries and Portland Pilots are circling like sharks, ready to grab top-tier talent. Potential game changers. Discuss how these players might thrive in new environments, potentially haunting the Fever. Impact on the league. Speculate how these moves could shift the balance of power in the WNBA. Increased attention. Talk about how Caitlin Clark's success has boosted fan engagement, ticket sales, and merchandise. The Fever's games are becoming must-see events, with attendance skyrocketing and fans flocking to buy Clark jerseys. Social media reactions. Highlight viral moments and fan debates online. Media narrative. Discuss how analysts and commentators are framing the Fever's decisions. Short-term outlook. Predict how the Fever might perform in the next season based on their current roster. Long-term strategy. Speculate on their goals, building a championship contender or a complete rebuild. Caitlin Clark isn't just another promising rookie. She's a generational talent who has taken the WNBA by storm. From the moment the Indiana Fever drafted her, expectations were sky high, and somehow she's managed to exceed every one of them. Let's dive deeper into her impact on the court, her influence on the team's dynamics, and what her success means for the Fever and the league as a whole. Clark's performance. Breaking records and making history. It didn't take long for Caitlin Clark to prove she belonged in the pros. In her first season, she became the first rookie in WNBA history to record 2 triple-doubles, cementing her status as a game-changer. But it's not just about the stats, it's how she's playing. Unstoppable offense. Clark's ability to score from anywhere on the court is unmatched. Her deep three-point range has drawn comparisons to NBA stars like Steph Curry. Defenses can't sag off her, and when they press, she's quick enough to blow by them for a layup or dish out an assist. Versatility and basketball IQ. Beyond scoring, Clark's court vision and passing are next level. She's not just a scorer. She's a playmaker who makes everyone around her better. Her ability to read defenses and react in real time keeps opponents guessing. Record-breaking shooting. In her rookie year, Clark hit her 10th three-pointer of the season, making her just the 6th woman in WNBA history to do so in their first year. Her shooting efficiency, combined with her volume, makes her a nightmare for opposing defenses. Clark isn't just living up to the hype, she's redefining it. Fans knew she'd be good, but dominating the league this quickly, that's something no one could have predicted. Caitlin Clark's arrival has ushered in a new era for the Indiana Fever. For a franchise that struggled to find consistent success in recent years, she's provided a much-needed spark of hope. However, her dominance has also created unique challenges. Shifting team dynamics. When a player like Clark comes in, the team's identity inevitably changes. Previously, veterans like Kelsey Mitchell and rising stars like Aaliyah Boston were the focal points of the Fever's strategy. Now, everything revolves around Clark. Do we build the team entirely around her? This is the question the Fever's front office is grappling with. Clark's talent demands attention, but integrating her into an already established core requires balancing egos, roles, and expectations. Pressure on veterans. Players like Kelsey Mitchell, who have carried the team for years, now face reduced roles or even questions about their future with the franchise. How do you reconcile veteran leadership with the meteoric rise of a rookie? Developing chemistry. While Clark's individual brilliance is undeniable, basketball is a team sport. The Fever's success hinges on how well they can blend her skills with the rest of the roster. Can she form a dynamic duo with Aaliyah Boston in the frontcourt? Will her presence elevate the play of younger teammates like Lexi Hull? The rookie phenomenon, drawing parallels to LeBron James. Caitlin Clark's immediate impact on the WNBA is reminiscent of LeBron James's arrival in the NBA back in 2003. Like LeBron, Clark has become the centerpiece of her franchise from day one, changing the team's trajectory. When LeBron joined the Cleveland Cavaliers, they were a struggling franchise in need of direction. His arrival forced the team to rethink everything, from roster construction to playing style. Similarly, Clark has become the Fever's North Star, dictating not just how they play, but how they plan for the future. Cultural shift. Just as LeBron brought a renewed sense of hope and excitement to Cleveland, Clark is doing the same for Indiana. Fans are packing the arena, merchandise is flying off the shelves, and suddenly, the Fever are a team everyone's talking about. The challenges of building around a superstar. While Caitlin Clark's presence is undeniably a blessing, it comes with its own set of challenges. Building around a generational talent isn't as simple as it sounds. Roster overhaul. The Fever must decide whether to retain their veterans or start fresh with players who complement Clark's style of play. For example, Kelsey Mitchell. A prolific scorer, but one whose style might clash with Clark's. Do you keep her as a secondary option or trade her for pieces that better fit the team's new direction? Aaliyah Boston, a potential frontcourt anchor. Can Clark and Boston develop the kind of chemistry needed to dominate both inside and out? Yay. As the Fever navigate this uncharted territory, one thing is clear. The future of Indiana basketball is brighter than it's been in years, and Caitlin Clark is the reason why. The question now is whether the Fever can capitalize on this once-in-a-generation talent to build a championship-winning team. One thing's for sure, basketball fans everywhere will be watching.